viewers, welcome back to my channel. Teen Mom Next Chapter star Tyler Baltierra is clapping back at criticisms that he's received about launching an OnlyFans account. A lot of people said, listen, Tyler, that's quite interesting that you are launching an OnlyFans after you and your wife, Caitlin, dragged Farrah Abraham, your Teen Mom co-star, for getting into the adult entertainment world. And so Tyler has decided to clap back, okay? So this is exactly what it is that he had to say on Twitter when Lee tweeted him. So Lee said, yeah, you made fun of Farrah for pure, and what's the difference? And so Tyler says, I mean, to be completely fair, I'm not doing PORN at all. Kate is just sharing the stuff that I personally sent to her. There's no X involved or even videos. I didn't go to a Ron company, hire an adult film star and crew, or pretend that it was some leaked personal footage. Kate is being completely transparent and honest about it all. It's just a wife sharing photos of her husband. That's literally it. I'm sorry, you guys, but this concept that like Kate is practically pimping this man out is kind of creepy to me. You know, like you were sending pictures of your wonderful body to your wife, and she is opening up an OnlyFans account to sell access to these pictures to other people. That's very strange to me. It's odd. I genuinely do not understand this angle that they're going for, you know, and he's saying that there's not going to be any videos or anything like that. Tyler, for $30 a month, you better be putting out some pretty damn good stuff, because I don't think that the people who follow you are paying that much per month for just the same old pictures that they can find anywhere else. I think he's in denial there. I think that to be successful in OnlyFans, successful enough to pay off those taxes, he's going to have to put out some real good stuff. And you guys know what I mean when I say good stuff. We're all adults here. So another person said, X work is X work, LOL, laughing emoji. So Tyler retweeted it and said, even when there's literally no X involved at all, people make money from their pictures in so many ways all the time, like models, photographers, and social media influencers. At this point, I'm like, is he really this daft? Or is he just like feigning ignorance to get out of owning up to the fact that he is now officially an ex worker? Because it doesn't matter if you are not, you know, if you're not like having intercourse on camera or in your photos or anything like that or not. When you are selling intimate photos of yourself, Tyler, that are typically saved within the intimacy of your relationship with Caitlin, you are participating in X work. Just like some of these teen mom girlies, like Brianna DeJesus and Kale Lowry, they sell photos of their stompers, right? Their feet, their hoofs. And and that too is X work, okay? Like so long as people are getting off to whatever it is that you are selling them, you are at this point an X worker, okay? And for him to say, oh, well, people make money from their pictures as models, photographers. If you are a model of this sort of stuff, then yes, you're an X worker as well. But a lot of models just model clothes. They the model fashion, or they model makeup or whatnot. They're not X workers. Like you can't conflate the two. Like it's just a giant leap there. And then when he says social media influencers promote brands. They promote products. They're not promoting private, intimate photos that they're sending to their husbands and wives. Like that is just so strange that he is trying to kind of like paint them all with the same brush. So another person on Twitter called him and Caitlin classless for this OnlyFans situation that they've got going on. And Tyler responded with, we've never been classy or claimed to be LMAO. We're literally the trailer trash couple from Teen Mom. Oof. Honestly, I don't know. Like I think he called him and Caitlin trailer trash in the first episode of this new season of Teen Mom Next Chapter. That to me would be like one of my icks or a turnoff. Like, oh my God, I can imagine a man proudly calling the two of us trailer trash. I'd be like, please, like that is just so embarrassing. Like, what are you saying? Take that back. Maybe you're trailer trash, but I'm not, you know. But anyway, the people who are calling him out about this really have him in his feels because he went and posted the exact same message to his Instagram account. Listen, Tyler, you're an ex worker now. And it seems as though your wife, Caitlin, based on the way you guys are describing this OnlyFans dynamic, it really genuinely feels like she's pimping you out or something. Like there's just something about this that is just so creative, shall we say. Let me just go back to his initial tweet here where he says that Kate is sharing the stuff that he personally sends to her. Like why though? Why is Caitlyn sending the stuff, putting the stuff that you personally send to her up for sale for $30 per month? I can't, and then let's go back to his initial stuff about it. So Caitlyn said, you've been asking and it's finally here. Tyler has an OnlyFans. And then in the bio of the account, it says it's ran by his wife because she's just, and I forgot what the rest of it says. I don't know. She just loves sharing me or something like that. Like, I don't know, just something very like, I don't know, unique. So here's an example of some of the posts that he has up on his OnlyFans. So he posted an image and it says, probably wondering what the full picture looked like. And in my initial video about this sort of stuff, I'm thinking that he was putting up these sorts of images, like the one in photos 2 or 3 or even 4, where you're seeing some cleavage, right? He's got the V line. There's a little bit of shrubbery, and then you wonder what is slightly below there. And I think that that is what he's hinting at in these posts when he goes, you're probably wondering. And then again, with OnlyFans, people can respond and Tyler can send them extra pictures in their DMs for a price. Or in this case, should I say Caitlyn can send extra pictures of Tyler in the DMs for a certain price. Listen, this whole thing is just, wow. I still cannot believe that this is what they've resorted to as a couple. And to put Caitlyn in the middle of this as, again, some sort of an OnlyFans pimp is just wild to me. It really, really is. I do wonder how this is going to affect their marriage in the long term, because this is one of those things where once you open this can of beans or this can of worms, it's going to be like impossible to close it back up. It's no secret that there are a lot of women out there or people out there who have a crush on Tyler, right? And I did a video on this a couple of days ago. There are certain people who go, well, Tyler, he's so in shape. Look at him. He's so buff. He's so this, he's so that. And he should be with me. I'm thinner than Kate, or I'm this, or I'm that. And with him, we saw an example of that, right? Tyler clapped back at a specific woman who had that sort of comment on her Instagram. And mind you, that's not the first time I've seen comments like that. I see comments like that all the time, right? And now with him, putting himself out there on OnlyFans and his body out there on OnlyFans, I think that you will start to see more people get more bold with it. Because to me, not to be, a prude or anything, I think that this is a form of disrespecting their marriage. So people are going to feel very free and open to disrespect their marriage right alongside them. And it's going to be interesting. One thing I will say, though, is that I do suspect that Caitlyn is put in charge of this account so that Tyler is not able to actually interact with the people who are lusting after him and his nipples, right? He's not going to be able to know. But at the same time, to me, it's like, if I'm going to put in all this work in my body, right? If I'm going to put all this lube, if I'm going to be like this, like flexing and all that, I want to see the feedback I'm getting. I want to see what the people are saying. Like, what should I show more of? What should I show less of? And whatnot. So I do think that at a certain point, Tyler is going to ask to see what the people are saying about him on OnlyFans. And like, maybe he'll read it together with Caitlyn, because I don't think Caitlyn will allow him to read the feedback on his own. And then he will start getting a big head and they'll be like, oh, you know what? Listen, y'all can't send me anything in my OnlyFans DMs because the wife is reading it. But if you want to hit me in my Instagram DMs, go ahead and do that, because she doesn't have access to that. I could be seeing that happening as a possibility that ultimately leads to some bad things in this relationship. Another option I'm seeing is that Caitlyn sees the messages of all of these people obsessing over him, and it just makes her incredibly insecure, maybe to the point where she has issues with him doing very simple things on his own. Remember, for his bachelor party, he wanted to go to a script club and she was upset about it. And then she came barging in or whatever, like that sort of thing. Maybe Tyler wants to grab, a little beer, a Molson Canadian, or a Corona with his friends. And Caitlyn doesn't want that to happen because perhaps an OnlyFans subscriber might be there, like certain things like that might manifest, or she'll see like messages of people talking smack about her in the DMs. Like, oh, wow, come get you a woman like me. You know what I mean? A hunk like you deserves a woman like me. And she'll start seeing that, and it'll take its toll on her as well. in my opinion, this is just not a great idea. I think that they could have done other things to make their money to pay off their debts. I think that they could have just taken on, they still can. You've got time, you guys, to delete this account and take on more brand deals. They've got, what, each one has like 1 million subscribers or something like that. Come on, build an online brand. Be known for something, right? Like have a niche on Instagram or whatever, and start raking in those brand deals. Like they can make that money, right? Like they can make that money. So I really don't understand why they've resorted to this. I will say though that like Tyler probably loves it. I think Tyler probably has been dying to do this for a really long time, to get that sort of kind of like hype around him and validation and whatnot and attention. But I just don't see this being a good thing for Caitlyn at the end of the day, especially if she's the only one reading these messages. So you're the only one who knows all these like hot and heavy things that people are sending to your man. Girl, it couldn't be me. Tyler's going to want to read that stuff too. Just like I said earlier, I'd want to read that stuff too. I want to know what my public's saying about me and my body, you know, like, come on. I hope this isn't the beginning of the end for these two, but it just wasn't a smart decision in my opinion, but we'll see how this plays out, okay? Make sure to let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. How do you feel about Tyler defending his calling out of Farrah? Personally, I was hoping that Tyler would take the opportunity to apologize to Farrah and say, you know what, I was young and immature. Farrah, I apologize, you know, like, X work is what are the people saying these days? Like X work is, I don't know what they're saying these days, but you know what I mean? Like come take, you know what I mean? I think he could have been nicer to Farrah in this instead of being in deep denial, claiming that he is not an X worker, even though he is on OnlyFans, trying to tantalize people with his semi-nudes and potentially full nudes as well. He should have said, listen, I was young, I was immature. Farrah, if that's what you want to do and you consent to doing it and you're happy doing it, go ahead and do that. Just like I'm doing this, you know what, Farrah, I'm going to offer you a discount code, 20% off for the next week, you know, or something like that, but whatever. What can you do, guys? Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section, and as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.